Syria is ready to participate in the preliminary consultative meeting in Moscow to find a way out of the crisis. Syrian Arab Army eliminates a number of terrorists. Iran launches new missiles of Marsaad air defense system and tests Fatah submarine. Good afternoon, welcome to our news bulletin. Speaker of the People's Assembly Mohammed Jihad al-Laham confirmed that Syria has chosen the Syrian dialogue without any foreign interference to get out of the crisis. In a speech at the opening of the final session of the first legislative term, al-Laham called for accelerating the pace of national reconciliation in order to achieve the best results. Al-Laham added that Syria is fighting an unprecedented war in which several states, governments and terrorist organizations are engaged, pointing out that the people has made important strides in the confrontation and resilience despite the siege. Al-Laham referred to the need to find solutions to the political and economic problems, underlining the importance of supporting the Syrian Arab Army to achieve victory. For his speech before the parliament, Prime Minister Wael al-Halaqi emphasized that the government is persisting to fight terrorism wherever it is on the Syrian territory. Al-Halaqi said that fortifying the Syrian economy and restoring security are at the forefront of the government's priorities in the forthcoming year. The Prime Minister said that the government spent 12.8 billion Syrian pounds to make up for the loss caused by terrorism. It also dedicated 50 billion Syrian pounds for reconstruction, stressing that the government continues to support national reconciliation in order to overcome the conspiracy in Syria. Foreign expatriates ministry stressed Syria's readiness to participate in Moscow's consultative meeting as part of its keenness to meet the Syrians' aspirations to find a way out of the crisis. The source affirmed that there are ongoing deliberations between Syria and Russia to hold a consultative meeting in Moscow that aims at coming to agree on convening a conference for dialogue among the Syrians without any foreign interference. While stressing the importance of finding an exit out of the crisis, Syria affirms that it will proceed fighting terrorism wherever it is on the Syrian soil. The ministry added that parallel to that will be pursuing work on local reconciliation, which has proved useful in more than one area. The foreign ministry's source made it clear that Syria has always been ready for dialogue with whoever believes in Syria's unity, territorial integrity, sovereignty and independent decision, according to the Syrian people's will. The Russian Foreign Ministry asserted the need to exert more effort to confront ISIS and al-Nusra and other extremist organizations in a manner based on international law and without using double standards. The ministry said that Russia had been working diligently towards acting in unison against extremism in the Middle East and North Africa, with Moscow supporting Security Council resolutions against terrorism. Regarding the crisis in Syria, the ministry said that the main element in its agenda is seeking a political solution via comprehensive national dialogue without preconditions on the basis of the Geneva Communiqué. Syrian Arab Army units continue their blows against the terrorist gatherings, inflicting heavy casualties among them. In Damascus countryside, Syrian Arab Army units intensified their operations against the terrorist organizations in Jobar neighborhood and pounded the terrorist gatherings east of Al-Muallimin Tower and south of the Melka Bridge, as well as near Al-Hawash bakeries and in the vicinity of Al-Jura Mosque, killing and injuring many terrorists. A Syrian Arab Army unit also pursued the terrorist group in Al-Bustan neighborhood in Haresta, killing 2 of them. At the same time, another Syrian Arab Army unit dealt a heavy and concentrated blow to the terrorists on the road between the towns of Arbin and Madira, southeast of Harasta towns, killing many of them. Meanwhile, in Deir ez-Zor, Syrian Arab Army units destroyed 7 armored vehicles and 2 machine gun-loaded vehicles used by the terrorists, killing many of them and injuring others in Al-Jifra, Al-Mrayaya, and Huwayjat Saqr. The New York Times published an article with a video in which it pointed out that a 14-year-old boy that was recruited by ISIS could escape by pretending to carry out a suicide attack in Iraq. The newspaper added that Usaid Berho, who is from Aleppo, surrendered himself to the Iraqi security forces near a mosque in Baghdad wearing an explosive belt. The boy said that he was brainwashed by ISIS to commit suicide attack. The New York Times added that 300 children are being recruited to ISIS monthly by kidnapping or through buying them from their parents. Iran launched yesterday the 3rd stage of major military maneuvers. The Iranian Naval Forces leader said that the aim of such maneuvers is to enhance Iran's defensive capability, as the maneuvers included the announcement of Fatah submarine, which has been made by Iranian local expertise. During the maneuvers, 3 Shalmajah missiles have been launched for the first time of Marsaad air defense system. Shahar Sniper, which is capable of reaching its target from 3 kilometers away against helicopters and armored vehicles, was also tested, in addition to Fatah 2 radar device and some modern communication systems. Al-Wifaq Assembly stressed that the oppressive way imposed by Al-Khalifa continues against all those who are trying to speak up. However, the Bahraini opposition continues its peaceful movement against this dictatorial regime after tens of thousands have participated in a peaceful demonstration west of Al-Manama, raising slogans and asserting that they refuse the autocratic regime. So they will continue the popular movement and commenting on Al-Khalifa's election as weak. A Malaysian Air Asia plane with 162 people on board lost contact today with ground control after taking off from the Indonesian city of Surabaya, heading from Singapore. The 2 countries immediately launched a search and rescue operation, but there was no word on the plane's whereabouts more than 6 hours after it went missing. Director General of Transportation said that in addition to the 155 passengers on the plane, including 16 children and 1 infant, 2 pilots and 5 crew members were on board. The Agriculture Directorate in Tartus organized an event to celebrate Tree Day. 400 tree plants were cultivated, such as pine, cedar, and laurel, in Al Braj area northeast of Tartus. Moving to Latakia Governorate, the residents of Kasab town celebrated Christmas, wishing peace and security to the homeland and saluting the efforts of the heroes and brave men of the Syrian Arab Army. In the same context, Christmas gifts were distributed to the children of Al-Hamidiyya and Bustan al-Diwan neighborhoods in old homes. With this, we conclude our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region, and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Now to the latest business and market news with Sirina, but after a short break. Good afternoon. The Syrian Investment Authority announced that 58 investment projects have been implemented during the year 2014, costing about 50 billion Syrian pounds. Furthermore, the number of the projects which were under implementation reached 15 projects in the industrial sector, whereas the authority has directly linked between the branches of the governorates and the ministries in order to prepare for the reconstruction phase. The Minister of the Administrative Development emphasized the great role of the National Public Administration Institute's graduates in implementing the national strategy of the administrative development. The Minister also announced during his meeting with the graduates that the Ministry is working on establishing a center for training medium and supreme administrative leaders linked with all the governmental establishments, noting that this project has been sent to the Cabinet as it would be issued during a short period. Poultry facility of Latakia produced 33 million eggs and 175,000 broiler till now since the beginning of 2014. The general manager of the facility said that the total amount of all sales, including eggs and chicken, reached 600 million Syrian pounds, while the profit reached 6 million Syrian pounds. He added that the rate of plane implementation reached 85% with the total marketing for the facility in the local markets, whereas the eggs marketing reached 90% distributed to the public sector and 10% to direct marketing through the facility's outlets, as the broiler have been fully distributed to the public sector. The sea fish production project has entered the implementation phase after the fishers responded to the fodder presented to it. The manager of the Fisheries General Authority estimated that the production of one season is about 100 tons over 15 acres, and it will be financed by the government. During the weekly trading, Damascus Security Exchange Index fell 1.84 points, while the DWX reached 1,259.59 points, and the market trading value exceeded 53,462,000 pounds, whereas the trading volume reached 243,554 shares. And now over to some main currencies exchange rates according to the bulletin of the Central Bank of Syria. With this, we conclude our economic news for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.